I think K-pop has like such a strong connection with dance because I feel like the ratio of K-pop artists that dance versus that don't dance is really high. Like the way that I first started dancing was actually because of K-pop artists, in addition to like some American artists. But I used to imitate like H.O.T. and Yusunjun, like back in the day, I would like memorize those dances, and Sateji, and like Ijuno, I would memorize those dances. And so like I would do those dances at like K-Fest and Kcon, collaboration, and like my church like praise like rallies and stuff. Yeah, I guess I just think it's cool that most of the artists do some sort of dancing. So I feel like they prioritize dancing, and I think that's awesome.
I think what Gigi and Mike said is exactly what I want to say. I love K-pop because especially it really connects the audience with the singer, right? And also the fans. You guys are the most loyal people, and that's just so awesome. And I think that's so different from any type of music industry, actually, in the world. So K-pop is crazy, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I want to delve into what Mike and Ellen said and Gigi said. I wanted to know if you had listened to K-pop prior to working in the industry, and if you did, who? And if you didn't, what shocked you? Like, for me, I worked in K-pop for the first time, never knew what it was or how big it would impact music now all over Asia and America. And yeah, like Ellen said, bringing all of you guys together here today is really, really impressive and amazing.
I mean, I'll start. When I was younger, I used to watch H.O.T., Checkies, Kawi from Yusunjun, right? Yeah. That was my back in the days, like SES. Yeah, man! Oh my gosh. That's what I grew up with, and watching them dance, and they can dance, you know what I'm saying? So it was really inspiring for me, and I actually fell out of K-pop, but then when Lyle asked me to assist him for Kim Young-jun, going back to Korea was just amazing. Like, I got to, you know, just see the lifestyle again, and then hear everything that's going on, and I got to meet Taeyoung from Amy and Lyle. They're just really good artists. They're amazing artists. They're so busy, you know what I'm saying? They always have dance rehearsal to singing to acting, and it's just insane how much they do. But yeah, I got back into it when I worked with Lyle. So I don't know. I love K-pop. It's amazing. They're really trendy. Really good style.
Favorite artists? Yeah, I listen to K-pop like since like the Soteji days. I really like Soteji. I like Deuce. I like Solid. It's like everybody know the artists. Yes. Who else? DJ DOC. One time. Yeah, that's like the generation of K-pop that I grew up with. Yusunjun, of course. H.O.T., Cheki, all that. I memorized all those dances. Chamuyuk from H.O.T. was like one of my favorite dancers. Yeah, and then I kind of like Ellen, I kind of like fell away from K-pop for a little bit, and then I got reintroduced to it through just a lot of my friends choreographing for K-pop artists now. And then it's kind of crazy to find out that like a lot of the artists that I listen to are like the people that are like producing for these, and they're like the second generation of the artists that I listen to, and it like just makes me feel old. That's it.
I'm kind of the same as you, James, because we're both Filipino. So I wasn't really born into knowing what this world was like, and so when it got introduced to me is actually when you were working with Big Bang. So I was like, what is this? What is she doing? What is she doing? And it was awesome to see that you and Sean really broke into this industry from where we come from, the community dance world down here in Southern California, or just California in general.
Mike and Ellen, yes, exactly. It's funny because I've been to Korea and I worked and talked to YG and Ginu, Sean, and Teddy, and Danny. And so, even with Kush, I was in the studio, I'm talking to them, and later I'm introduced to these songs that you guys heard. And I'm like, oh, YG when he was young, or Gina Sean, or like, it's crazy to see them now and what they were before, and that they're still continuing to do what they love in K-pop. And in the community dancing, I wanted to talk about that. Some of you dance in your high schools. You guys have created your own club at home. You guys have broken off into a church dance group. These people besides me, like, they started somewhere, and I wanted to know where you started. And yeah, have you seen any of their videos on YouTube? I'd like to talk about those too. Concept videos.
So where I started, I've been dancing since I was 3. But with hip hop, I started in high school, and I was in this team called Hip Hop Club. You know, we thought we were all cool teenagers. And then when I turned 18, I went into college and I auditioned for Kcon Modern, and I got into Kcon Modern 10 years ago. So, so I was on Kcon Modern in 2003. And then I got into other groups after that, Funkonometry, and I started an all-girl group called Essence. And it's been amazing from there, because from there, just being on groups, I started to go to LA to take class and to get signed by an agent and all that. Started auditioning as a dancer, and then went into a choreographer and started doing So You Think You Can Dance overseas, in Europe and everything. So you have to start somewhere. So you just have to know you have to start somewhere and just keep going. And if you keep going, it's just, your dreams are gonna happen.
Wait, what was the question? Like, just talk about our life? Oh, okay. I'm from Torrance, California. I started dancing. I always thought dancing was cool, but I didn't want to tell anybody that I thought it was cool because not that many guys danced. So I would watch like 90210, and there's this character on 90210, David Silver, that danced at the spring dance. And that was the first time that I was like, whoa, guys dancing is cool. Then Michael Jackson, all that. Then I got really into K-pop when I was in 7th grade. I started like dancing at my church. I had this Bible study teacher that was a popper. He was super ill. So he was my first teacher. And then I used to order Mr. Wiggles DVDs. Or at the time it was VHS tapes. So I would order Mr. Wiggles tapes, and I would just learn off of that. There was no YouTube or none of that. And then first time I did, like, I wanted to make a group with choreography. So when I went to a UCLA Korean culture night, and I saw this group perform called Breakdown, and they like blew my mind. Then I went to college, I joined Kcon Modern, and then everything changed from there. I went to UCI, I was a business major. Never thought I would be dancing as a career, but we did the first season of America's Best Dance Crew, and that kind of just like transformed itself into a career, and like I'm still here, just choreographing for commercials, I'm making videos and teaching around the world, so just having fun.
I started when I was, I think, 8. When I watched my mom's VHS Madonna live tour in Paris.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, Madonna was always like my, I don't know, inspiration, I guess. She was so just a woman, but didn't care about anything, and I loved that. So growing up, I watched her, and then I watched New Kids on the Block on TV, and that's that's how it started. Like I taught my grandfather the Running Man when I was 8 years old. Like I don't know. And from there, I watched, K-pop, so I got really into trying to break dance, I guess. Because I used to watch HOT a lot. So I remember that's how I started, and this woman came up to me when I was like 11, 12, 13, one of those. And she was like, do you want to join this dance team? And I'm like, what is a dance team? And so from then on, I started with Future Shock, which is Culture Shock. Then went to the older team, which is Culture Shock. Then Funkonometry. And then started traveling and became a teacher. So then I worked with Kyle Hanagami we directed that team together, and then from there I moved to LA, and I travel and teach. I love to teach, and I get a lot of my work from YouTube. How I got Pharrell is from YouTube. He called me up one day and he was like, the New York number, and I was like, what is this? Hello, I want you to work with me. Who is this? Pharrell. Okay, whatever. Delete. But it was like that. And then in LA now, got into music videos and stuff. But I'm going into more of the choreography route. I like to do that. I like to be more behind the scenes and kind of do more visual now. But I still love to dance. But it has been over 10 years of me dancing and training. And till this day, I am training my butt off. Like yesterday, I took Pop and Pete's class. Yeah? So, I've been dancing for I think about 15 years, and I'm still training, and I'm still choreographing, and I'm still going to put stuff up on YouTube.
Does anyone here is aspiring to become a K-pop artist? How about a K-pop performer, like a dancer, backup dancer? Yes. And a K-pop choreographer? Okay. So I wanted to get some tips.